James Jr., joined by Nigel James Jr., a standout freshman basketball player at Marquette University, who made an immediate impact this season as a freshman. After earning Big East Freshman of the Year honors, Nigel has quickly become known not just for his talent on the court, but for the way he leads and carries himself as a teammate. In this conversation, we're going to dive into what it takes to be a leader at a young age, how strong teams are built through trust and communication, and the importance of mental health and high level athletics. Nigel, we're excited to hear your perspective and learn from your journey. So what was memorable? What was memorable for you this season? We see the points and the stats. As fans, we see like when you had 38 and 8. But what was memorable for you? What stands out?
For me, it was kind of just like obviously I built a lot of relationships coming here beforehand. So like that was the main thing I prioritized getting here. So it was kind of just seeing that come into full effect when I got here, seeing like how much they cared about me growing as a person, not just a basketball player. Like as much as like we play basketball, they don't define us as basketball players. So my coach was really just like my whole senior year of high school, his main thing was just to help me feel as good as about myself as I could, and he kind of did that. And then when I got here, it was kind of like it's firsthand I'm with him. So it's kind of just like this is the first team I really like had everybody where I feel like they're my brothers and like I mess with everybody. So and like that's kind of like the main thing that made it fun, despite like how many losses or whatever happened. Like I just had so much fun playing with those types of guys, and everybody like just had a collective want for everybody to grow and just do better. So yeah, that's definitely what I would say. But most memorable, obviously, there's some games out there too that were very memorable. So it's hard to pick with those.
Yeah.
What's the most memorable thing off the court? Not basketball related.
I would say our team activities we do.
Yeah.
So like tomorrow we have a team activity. We're gonna do an escape room. So like we would do during the summer, especially we would do a team activity once a week. We did rock climbing, we went golfing, laser tag, so all different types of things like that. And then also just outside of that, like I'm always with my teammates doing something, like getting food, chilling in the dorm, watching games, movies. We used to watch movies a lot together. So like I never had like a group. I had one best friend my whole life, so I never had a group of people that like I was able to do this with. So that was kind of the most memorable thing because I like prioritize and I appreciate genuine time and people that care. So that's definitely what I'd say.
What is your relationship with your teammates like off the court? Like, do you have any friends that are not involved in the basketball program, like any other sports that
Yeah,
brought
I'm
you?
friends with a lot of people. Like, obviously, we're a basketball school, but we have other sports. Like, my dorm is straight athletes for freshmen and sophomores. So I've had a great connection with just lacrosse players. I'd say soccer, a lot of the different things. Like, I was just in the after my workout, I was in the hot tub with one of the kids on the soccer team, and me and him were just talking about like our experiences here, um, just life here. So it's definitely I'd say I enjoy it, especially having those type of connections with other people. And then I feel like the off court stuff we do with my teammates kind of just leads into the on court stuff, like our chemistry, our connection. Then when we kind of get to that, it's just like we click easier.
How is it living away from home?
I mean, I'm used to it. I went to boarding school for 3 years in
Hmm.
Massachusetts, so I'm used to being away from home. I went to the school called the Fessenden School, which is a all boys school. I went there for eighth and ninth grade. Then I went to Cushing Academy in 10th grade. And like I was just used to being away from home. So coming to college, I felt like this was kind of obviously it's more independent here. Like I do more things by myself, just like I did in boarding school. But obviously I miss my family and stuff, but I talk to them every day. They came and visit me a lot. They were here for like a good amount of the games to start the year. And then anytime I was away games, they would always try to make it.
You went to Lehigh, right?
Yeah, I went to Lehigh. So after I left Cushing my 10th grade year, I went to Lehigh for 11th and 12th.
What is the difference of being like a between being a primary scorer on your college team from when you were in high school? It was like a bunch of five stars, not like seen as like, the guy.
Yeah. For me, it was just like I always knew I was capable of scoring. Like when I got to AAU, that's kind of when I would showcase my scoring, things like that. But you just kind of have to pick your battles. Like obviously I wanted to score, but I'm like, this is just not my time to score. So I just kind of just let it be. And I understand like I have an NBA player who's on my team, VJ Eshko. I'm like, you got to understand that he is gonna have the ball in his hands a lot of the time, and he's gonna make a lot of plays. But kind of just trusting the process of knowing that your time is gonna come. That's kind of what I told myself the whole time, and my pops told me. So yeah,
What was the recruiting process like? Well, was it difficult? Yeah, tell us about that.
sheesh, that recruiting process stressful. I think if my pops in here, if my pops is in here, he could speak on that because there he go laughing. But it was he made the recruiting process a little more stressful. I'm always honest about this. He made it a little more stressful for me because he knew this was the right spot for me, Marquette wise. But I wanted to like make my commitment on my own, and I kind of wanted it to be like, all right, now I'm ready to commit. But obviously, there was a lot of schools reaching out, things like that. But when like me and my parents sat down and kind of like looked at it from like another point of view, it's kind of like there was no other place for me to choose. Like this place, coaching wise, all the coaches would hit me up. All the former players, Tyler Kolek, Cam Jones, David Joplin, like they would always hit me up, like, you should come here. Like even when I did commit, they just kept texting me and things like that. And Coach Shaka and Coach Cody came to my house, did a home visit. So it was like it was kind of hard not to say no because they showed
They
so much.
pay you you felt like you felt wanted.
Yes, yes, yes. And
And
there
the
was
other
other schools I
teams didn't
felt,
do that?
there was a couple other schools that did do that, but it was just like they made sure they were consistent. There was a lot of schools that sometimes were like if I wasn't playing my best, there would be it's not the same. He was
Hmm.
always trying to encourage me if I didn't play my best just to keep getting better.
And how was the high school coaching experience
Uh,
like versus college? Intensity, style, like how is Shaka Coach Smart versus your high school coach versus other AAU programs you're involved in? What's the style like?
um, it's definitely different. We play like an NBA style offense, obviously. Um, but coaching wise, it's definitely different because like me in high school wise, I kind of was like I was more defensive, I would say, in high school because there was a lot of like just politics involved, things like that. So I never really trusted anybody in high school. So when I got here, like when I first started working out with coach, like he can tell I was defensive, like when somebody would say something. But then it got to the point where me and him just like I was spending so much time with him, and it got to the point where our connection was like this. And then I also just understood that he has my best interest. He wants me to grow as much as I can, even though he's gonna like. And then he told me like I'm gonna hold you to the highest standard as the best player on our team. So if I yell at you, I'm yelling at everybody. I'm doing things like that. But the transition from high school to college, like college wise and coaching wise, I would just say it's just I was able to play through more mistakes here. Um, but the thing is, when it comes to playing through mistakes, is I can't look phased if I'm making mistakes. Like we played Seton Hall at Seton Hall, and like I had two turnovers like the beginning of the game. Not not Seton Hall, Georgetown. I had two turnovers like the beginning of the game. I was like, damn, like I'm overthinking it. And then I told him that he was like, "You're the best player on the court. Like, there's no reason to overthink. Obviously, if you turn it over, I'm gonna tell you that. But like, just you can't look phased." So I've kind of just worked on that with him, and I mean, it's played out really well.
Did you see the clip of the coach speaking to the female player, yelling in her face?
Yeah,
And like that's a different kind of coaching style.
for sure.
Would you be okay with that, or would that you
I
would feel
mean,
some kind of way?
as long as it's the right message. Like me, there's a funny clip I showed my dad. Me and coach in practice, I forgot what happened. I like turned the ball over or we did like an action and I messed it up. And he was like, "Look at the scoreboard. That's why your team's losing all day." And like we just get like face to face. We're just arguing back and forth, but it's in the name of winning. It was kind of just like he was holding me to the highest standard, like to do better, and I was just like, "You're right," but like I'm angry too. So we just literally like this head to head, and then you could see him like cursing me out in the next play. Like I just get a bucket and I'll just talk crap to him. But that's like the kind of relationship we have. So
Hmm.
I feel like it's because of the relationship we built beforehand that I'm able to allow him to like have those types of conversations with
Well,
him.
that's where going off the court and going to Top Golf and
Yeah,
playing, doing stuff like that, that's probably where that's
most
built.
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you
What
have time to do that in high school. If you're able, like you can't really have that relationship. And you
Nah,
spoke about
it was
politics come into play too.
that's what I'm
what's
saying.
the pressure like going into a tournament? Like we're from Fort Myers, so we all went to the city of Palms, my friends and I. What's the pressure like playing in a like big tournament like that? Like all the college coaches are there. You know they're gonna be
Yeah.
there watching you.
I mean, for me, obviously, like I had like a lot of schools like that. Obviously, all my teams getting recruited, but like when I seen like so many people there, like I was just like, I kind of just take a deep breath and just like kind of internalize, and I'm like, you've done this before. Just because coaches are here doesn't mean you have to play any different. Doesn't mean you have to do anything different. You don't have to try too hard to do extra things. Just kind of just keep a like leveled mindset, I'd say, going into the games. Because like that's a big stage. We're playing like we made it to the championship my junior
Yeah,
year. We
I
lost to
remember
Mount
that.
Bird.
I
But
remember that.
just be able to get there and like have those players, have the team, the coaches is I would say when I look back at it now, like if I was to be able to tell myself beforehand, just not to put too much pressure on yourself or overthink it or get so like caught up in who's there, who's watching.
Yeah.
Has mental health ever been brought up at school? Like, could you talk to somebody? Can a sports psychologist, anything like that?
My dad actually had me work with a sports therapist for a little bit because like my junior year I was just kind of struggling, like a little bit
Hmm.
depressed, like I wasn't really like doing well mentally. And I started working with this guy named Sly Walters, and he had me like journaling basically and writing down like all the negative thoughts that go through my head. And I looked like he was like, now look at the negative to positive, and it was like 40 to like 5. Like, and I would be in the gym with my dad, like just angry. Like, so then I kind of worked on that. And then that's when I say Coach Shaka was like, my senior year just helped me feel as good as myself as I can. So then I always just started writing down my thoughts because when I used to have those negative thoughts, when I started writing them down, like I just forgot about it. It would be on the paper, and then like it's just like released pressure, released anger. And then when I got here, like Coach Shaka, he sends us excerpts every day. Like he journals every day. He tells us to journal, and he has customized journals for us with our name on it. And I finished one of my journals already, but it really helps. Just say after a game where I feel like I didn't play as well, I kind of just jot my thoughts down, how I could do better, while still holding myself to like a high standard.
Did you? I know your pops is on, and I hope I don't offend him here. But did you ever feel a lot of pressure from your parents, and maybe
I
you were trying to
mean,
perform a
yeah,
certain way?
I feel like that's normal. That's gonna happen. Like especially younger. Like you guys, my dad. So when I used to work out when I was younger, like anything I used to do, I used to look at him like right after. And it got to
Yep.
the point where my trainer would like break me out of the habits. Jerry Powell, he broke me out of the habits and was like, "You got to stop looking at him." But I was so used to like my dad being the one that's working me out, doing all these things.
Hmm.
So I was always like trying to like please him. But then at the end of
Sure.
the day, like as I got older, I told him like there was a time you could ask him like I was like you can't come to my workouts because I need to like just to be able to work by myself and not have any other thoughts in my mind. And then when it got to the point where I was mature enough and able to like understand that it's not that much pressure as you think, I was able to just have him come, things like that. But I would definitely say like I just had the pressure to perform well in a way, but because also he was holding me to the high standard and I was holding myself to the high standard. But I definitely said I worked through that for sure.
We got a question in the chat
What's
from
up?
from Josh Fox. What's the biggest difference between high school and college basketball?
I would say for me, like the biggest adjustment was the speed of the game and the readiness. You have to be really like just aware and ready during the game. So like when I first started playing, I was just like, whoa, this is way faster than I thought. Like we're going up and down, up and down, up and down. And then it got to the point where I was like, say I would get a catch and shoot shot. If I'm not ready, like it's not the window's so little, like you have to shoot, the window's so little you have to make decisions. So it kind of got to the point where I was like, I have to think quick. So
Yeah.
coach literally preaches to us is readiness. And like one of our three things we say is readiness, stance, and talk, like for defense, but it applies to offense too. Like you have to be, say someone's driving, you have to be ready to shoot or you have to be ready to cut because it's a split second of thought. So that's what like the best players do is kind of like study that and just understand that like how just aware you have to be.
How much off the court work are you guys doing? Obviously, there's the off season, but like tape, reviews, uh, scouting. How much are you guys doing during the season?
It's more personalized right now. So like obviously I watch a lot of film with coach. Each person does. But me and him actually like this offseason we're gonna watch all like my clips from past games and how I can grow from it. But right now he has me studying other players. So one person I'm studying right now is Tony Parker. So I've been watching a lot of pick and roll stuff of him and just how he manipulates the defense and how he's always one step ahead. So I mean, off season right now is like it's a lot for sure. Our lifts are long. Our lift took me an hour 15 minutes today, and then on the court for another hour 15 after that. So I mean, I enjoy it. It's like what you always work for, and I was obviously like just the time to get better too.
How's the academic support been? Like, you obviously you're going to classes and stuff. How's that?
Yeah. I mean, it's great. I have a 3.5 GPA, so I've been doing really well in school. We have tutors and things like that. So like
Sure.
today I had tutoring 9:30 a.m. So I would go with my tutor. She'd tell me what I have to do work wise. We'd look through it. I get it done, and then I go to class. But then I don't have to worry about doing homework when I get back to my dorm. I could just chill.
Hmm.
So I really haven't
What
I haven't done homework in my room once. I think I do it all with her, and then I come home and I'm literally just free.
what's your in-season schedule like, and how about the off-season? And not many people know this about NJ, but he likes to play street ball at Dykeman. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I miss New York ball. Especially when I went home and I got to see like the New York versus New York games, that was fire. But I would say in season it's long. It's like that takes a lot of I would say mental strength in general, but it really takes pride like just you prioritizing the things you have to do. So like I would have class till like 12. I'd have to get recovery in before like practice 12 to practice at 2. So or 1 we lift from 1 to 2. No, actually we go film room from 1 to like 1:45. Then we go lift from like 1:45 to about 2:30 or 3. Then we're on the court till like 5. And especially in the summer, I mean in the winter it gets dark early. So it just feels like the whole day is just gone. So you get out, it's like 5, 6 o'clock, you just want to go home, shower, and then it's rinse and repeat. But it's it's helpful that you're not doing it alone though, that you have guys with you doing it. So like you guys can kind of talk about it, relate to it. And then the off season is just like obviously you have way more time on your hands, but you're gonna make sure you get your work in. And then yeah.
Noah, you want to go through some of the questions in the chat?
Yeah, yeah. Any particular personal and team goals you have for next season?
Yeah, I want to get player of the year next year in the Big East. Obviously so our coaches we do a growth plan. So everybody gets do I have my growth plan in here? I think I do, but everybody gets a growth plan. It's like personal side and player side. So it's like player growth, what you want to get better at, what you have to work on, and then personal side is like off the court stuff, how you want to keep better yourself as a person. So for me, the biggest thing is getting. I had freshman of the year on my growth plan when I made it in the summer, and then so this year I want to put player of the year. I want to put like other awards like Bob Cousy, point guard, or best like just best player in the country type thing. But goals for us is just to win as much as possible. Obviously, make the tournament. We want to make a run. We have obviously we're building a new team. Some guys leaving, some guys coming in. So just trying to help each other get better as much as we can, knowing it's in the name of winning. So
What's your favorite moment from high school and also in college so far?
high school, I would probably say, yeah, I'd probably say it's hard. I'd say a lot of the home games at Lehigh. Um, I mean, me and Kyan are really close, so like I had so much fun playing with him, things like that. I would actually say it was Chipotle Nationals. I caught a lob on
Rennie
campus.
says when he dunked on Cooper Flag.
Nah, I never did that. I dunked on Cam Boozer though off a lob, so I'll probably say that.
And what about from college so far?
College, that's hard. I don't know. It's between like either my windmill against Creighton, the up and under layup against St. John's,
Yeah, that one was viral. That one went crazy.
yeah, or my dunk on Georgetown on Malik Mack.
Next question. So at Ace, we talk a lot about showing up. What does showing up mean to you? And like when things aren't going your way on the court or in the locker room?
I mean, just showing up regardless of circumstances. Obviously, all of us in this world have all different things going on. We all have different types of injuries, mental challenges, family challenges, things like that. So just kind of being there regardless of what's going on, and that's kind of like what I kind of noticed this year. Like I prioritize just being there and being present for my brothers, showing the energy. Like one thing about me is like they say I bring energy to the team. Like if you see like how we were playing towards the end of the year, like I kind of had in the locker room, I had a few times where I was just like damn near about to cry because it felt like we weren't giving all we had as a team, and
Mhm.
it kind of like clicked with everybody. And then it got to the point where like we were at the point where we all understood this is the goal. We got to leave it all out there. Like everyone has their own battle, so when we're here together, it's kind of us like forgetting about all those things and coming together and trying to go out there and win, and kind of taking that whatever frustration, energy, um, sadness you have going on and like letting it out on the court. So yeah,
Which teammates on the court has made the biggest impact on you off the court, and how?
yeah. Sorry about them sirens, but biggest impact. Ah, I'd probably say Caden Hamilton, Trey Norman, because they're just like they're real people. They give a lot of energy. They always like encouraging, but I would also say it's hard to say because all of my teammates we kind of just focused on that, giving each other energy the whole season. But I definitely say if I had to specify somebody, I would say my roommate because we talked a lot about like we're both freshmen coming in, we're roommates, we don't know what to expect, and like we literally had talks in our room like. At some point, we're gonna both be like starting because I remember my coach told me I got to start a spot and he wasn't starting. I was like, bro, like we both talked about this. Like you're about to be starting, and then we both end up starting, and then we were starting for the rest of the year. And we literally talked about that like beginning and beforehand. So
We got another one. This one I'm actually interested in. Are you and your teammates allowed to use their phones freely, social media, and or does the coach try to control that or no? Because in high
nah,
school, they don't
yeah, nah.
care.
Coach doesn't care at all. Coach doesn't like phones in general. He doesn't like phones. He says phones are toxic, which I agree with because there's so many things out there. But I feel
That's
like
like that's something my dad would say.
I'm fair. That's
It's
fair. But I
bad.
feel like
It's bad.
you also have to have enough humility. Like, bro, there would be obviously people are gonna talk good about you when you have a good game. Like after like say a game where we lost and I missed like a shot or something, I get texts from people like saying the most outrageous stuff. Some of my to me and some of my teammates, but like you have to be like you have to have enough just self security and like be secure with yourself to really just have a good process and understand like what comes with it. Like, but nah, he's not strict on phone, but he does tell us like take away time from your phone. At least I
What is the most interesting rule or thing that he has that we wouldn't know about?
um interesting rule.
Like something quirky about you have to wear your shirt this way. You gotta what's something weird?
Oh, we can't wear pink shoes. So like all teams
Ah,
got the Jordan the Jason Tatum's in pink. They didn't hand them out to us. So he don't like
because
pink
he
shoes.
doesn't want it.
Yeah, because he don't like us wearing pink shoes, and also like in general on the court, all our shoes have to be like team colors. So we
So
could
you
get
can't
like
go with your own drip
nah, because we're obviously responsible by Jordan, but you gotta wear what's it called, whatever
okay.
they give us. Because like you see, Duke they had the I meant the yellow Tatum's.
Yeah.
Like we wouldn't be able to, we didn't get those. So it's different things. He's obviously
What's
yeah.
going on, fellas?
What's up,
Yeah,
Pop?
Hey,
What up?
Pop.
What's going on, Shorty?
bro.
Moon, what up, Moon? Noah, what up, Noah?
What up? How's it going?
What's going on? I'm chilling. How
Yo,
y'all been?
who
What,
who
Good.
what's
who taught you
going
your
on in the
jumper?
fort?
Who taught you your jumper, Pop or Big Nigel?
Jeez. Pop, you think you taught you my jumper?
Say that again?
You think you taught me my jumper?
I ain't teaching you a flat jump shot.
Nah, it is.
Cause
Nah,
I ain't gonna
my
lie.
pop.
I ain't gonna sit here and lie to nobody. I ain't never had no jump shot.
We know. We
I tell
know.
you one thing, I tell you one thing, you wasn't gonna steal a ball from me. That's a fact. And I seen dead people. What's going on, Shorty? When you coming back home?
The
May
six.
6th.
Yeah,
Hell of a year.
appreciate you.
Like I sit there and tell everybody, no Diddy, pause. The best is yet to come.
So appreciate you, Pop. Yo,
Best is yet to
Quay.
come.
What up, Quay?
Yo, Money, Spidey.
Hey, that's my cousin Quay. It's his birthday, so
Happy birthday.
Yeah, shake me up, boy. Yes, sir.
what's But yeah.
Go ahead, Noah, with the
Um,
question in the chat.
what separates good players from great players in your opinion?
Um, last time my coach been helping me with that, like attention to detail. Really film. Film really takes a lot. Like after games, me and him will watch film on the plane on the way home. Like as much as I'd be tired, I'll just make sure I do it with like just watch film with him because if he shows that you care, like he's gonna obviously let you do what you want on the court. So film, I'd say, because film you just learn so much. You're seeing yourself in those situations, so it's kind of like when you're in that situation again, you're not gonna repeat it, even though you may like because games get sped up, things like that. But other than that, yeah, that's what I would say actually.
Can you, you're talking about film. I mean, how important is the staff, the whole group of people that is, helping you guys behind the scenes to make sure you're able to perform and do what you need to do? Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it's definitely very important. Like, so my coach was telling me like go watch film with like our defensive coaches because when I got here, like obviously I was defensive player our senior year, defensive player of the year. But when you get to college, like it doesn't matter. It's so many people are so much stronger, people are so much faster, and there's so many details that go into like all these different types of coverages. Like one thing they emphasized with me was fighting over screens. Like I should be unscreenable. Um, Off the ball actions, like not relaxing. Like especially like a team UConn, they run so many actions. Like they'll use the whole shot clock, but they're moving constantly throughout the shot clock. So it's just kind of being aware all the time, and like all the other coaches, like it's very like helpful because we have offensive coaches, we have defensive coaches, and watching film with both of them, like they kind of show you like where you need to get better at, what you're doing, and like how to just get better. So definitely important.
How do you balance pursuing your personal goals while keeping in mind the team goals at the same time?
Um, I mean, for me, I learned that nothing's done by yourself. Also, like team goals come first because if you ain't, you need a team to do anything. That's the only way you guys are gonna get better. What was I about to say? Just like you can't complete all your personal goals without having the team. And our team goals come first because when the team's winning, when the team's doing well, everything else takes care of itself. Everybody's gonna get recognized for what they're doing, so things like that.
What about you were talking about workouts, off-season workouts. One of the gentlemen in here is a strength and conditioning coach. What kind of workouts are you doing? Is it a lot of upper body, lower body, explosive stuff?
So we switch it every day. So Monday, yesterday was arms. So it's like, so we do right now we're doing progressive overload. So the first week we started with what was it? What right now we're at 6 sets of 6 reps for 7 workouts. So
Hmm.
yesterday was arms. So it was before that it was 10 reps for like 8. So we just keep going down and then something goes up. So we were doing like yesterday was 6 sets of bench, then 6 sets of bulldog rows, then 6 sets of shoulder press, 6 sets of upright rows, 6 sets of fat bar curls, then 6 sets of tricep extensions. So it's a lot. Like it's
Yeah, I know. Rennie and Pop need to get in the gym, so I was just trying to get them to understand that working out is important.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Put it on speaker.
like today legs wise killed me. So yeah, it's a lot. You'd be in there sweating, hot.
How much weight have you gained since you've been in college?
13 pounds. I came into school at 180. Right now I'm around 193. But I literally fluctuate from 191 to 193. So like that's like the playing area I've been at. But I just trying to get
They
stronger.
emphasize the recovery aspect a lot too.
Yeah, especially
Yeah.
with me. Like my coach always tells me like he compares us to like cars. So he's like, you're like an F1 car or like a Porsche. You're not built for long distances, but you're very good when you're fresh. So like he always prioritized me getting my recovery and after practice, before practice, treatment. Because I used to have a lot of just like things that were annoying me. But like that's what happens during the season. Like you're
Where was this banana at? Like, were you planning to eat it?
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, you muted. All right. We're
There's a
good.
question in the chat. Have you developed any relationships with Carmelo or D Wade?
Well, Melo, I've always had a relationship with because Kyan's like one of my best friends. Me and him talk. I was just on the phone with him before this. So me and him kind of just always had that relationship. I'll call Melo like sometimes when I'm not at like I don't have a game and Kyan's playing. He'll be like front row. He'll show me. Uh, but he just tells me like he's proud of me, things like that. I was supposed to get in the gym with him. I go back home too. But D Wade actually he came to our games a few times, and then he actually reached out to me after I told everybody I was coming back after my freshman of the year speech, and he was just telling me that like he's glad that I'm staying here and that like this is a place I call home because obviously he played here. He's great, Hall of Famer. So he said I'm literally just able to reach out to him whenever I need to. So I built a pretty good
Was it
relationship with those people.
Did Keon and Carmelo, did he help you? Wait, no. Carmelo didn't even go to Marquette though, right?
Nah, but he
He went
did
to
play in the Big
Syracuse.
East. He won the Big East championship his first year.
He did? I know.
Yeah, so Syracuse was in the Big East when him and GMAC played, and they won the championship, both freshmen.
was that 01 or 02, something like that?
Yeah,
02, maybe.
Back in Rennie's day.
Back in Rennie's day.
that's funny.
How do you handle expectations, whether from coaches, fans, or yourself, without it affecting your mental health?
Um, that was a big thing for me. Like my coach always said, like you do a great job of being just like poised and level headed. For me, the thing was like never get too high, never get too low. Because he told me like the biggest thing he sees with freshmen that like the mistake is they have one good game and they think they're on top of the world. So like for me, it was just like biggest thing he always said was do it again. Can you do it again? Like that's the biggest thing. So I just tried to always be consistent. Can you do it again? Can you do it again? So I was obviously people have a lot of expectations out there, but I hold myself to a higher standard that I think most people hold me to. So I feel like if I hold myself to the highest standard, then I'm gonna meet my expectations. I'm gonna meet what people expect of me.
I don't know how lucky you realize you are that you have parents that care and parents that helped you and pushed you. Probably not all of your teammates have the support system that you have.
Mm-hmm.
Has anyone ever said anything to you like, "Hey, yeah, have you ever helped anybody going through a tough time?" Because they don't really have anybody to turn to,
Oh
maybe.
yeah, for sure. A lot of people in my life, like even my best friend Jacob, like my dad's like he calls him his other son. So it's like I've had a lot of people where I understand that like they might not have the support system I may have had because when I look back, I'm like my parents did anything they could for me, and a lot of people don't. A lot of people in that don't always have that. So I kind of just try to understand like I can't put myself in your shoes, but I can understand that like the support wise that you don't have, and then I try to just tell them like, well, I'm always a support system. My family always looks at people with support system too. So
That's huge. You probably didn't realize it at the time, but I mean,
mhm.
what your
Yeah,
parent, what you have is unbelievable.
for sure, facts.
There's a
Yeah.
question, what's a moment where you almost felt like quitting and what stopped you from quitting, if there ever was a
Um,
time? Maybe quitting is extreme, but like, man, I'm done for a little bit.
I would say junior year of high school. I because then after I had finished my school season, obviously I was struggling, and I got to AAU, and I had like it was my first tournament. It was at Sportica in New Jersey, and I was so happy to play. Like I had 30 that game, and my team had 20. We won. And I was so happy, and I just felt like myself again. And then my coach or whoever was coaching me in 17, he was just like, "You're being too selfish." Just that because we had other players on the team that were supposed to be highly like recognized, and we had a kid on our team that was like another kid that was he was from the Netherlands, and coach was mad because he didn't get what he wanted that game. So then that whole season, just the whole AAU season, just went downhill, and I kind of just hated playing basketball that year. And I was just like, you guys, my dad. I was just like, I can't wait for this to be over. But then I committed to Marquette at Peach Jam, and that was very good for me. But that year I definitely was just like I was over it.
So you could like politics. I didn't realize politics was such a big, deal with playing time and who's getting what,
Yep.
who's getting minutes and points. And yeah, I guess I didn't even think of that that's doesn't exist in college at all. I mean, I'm sure there's
It
something.
does. It definitely does. But I feel like I just picked the perfect place where I don't have to experience that.
Like, guys are making money now, so someone's want to get some more time or more looks, more points. It's got to
For sure.
exist a little bit.
Yeah, it definitely exists a little bit. But here, like we kind of understand we have a collective goal. We also, my coach is gonna do whatever it takes to win, and other people hold themselves accountable if they're not doing what they have to do. A lot of schools, you're gonna have kids complain, I should be playing this, that, but here, if someone's not playing and stuff, they know why. They hold themselves accountable, and they'd be like, I'm just gonna get better. And then there's a lot of times on our team where we have like players have proven to coach like I'm ready, and they have told him like I've been doing great, like just in general.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's why the transfer portal is so crazy right now.
Is it still open?
I'm pretty sure.
So there's maybe new guys coming in that you have no, and or guys going out. You losing anybody?
We lost three guys. Well, one of them had departed early in the season, but we just lost two guys. But we have some guys coming in.
When you lose a couple guys, is it the guys you would expect to lose because they weren't
Yeah.
maybe as connected?
I wouldn't even say not as connected, but like there's different. I mean, yes, you could say connected in a way like they're not as engaged because
Yeah.
they kind of know what's going on. But those guys were like some of them guys I was the closest with too.
Yeah.
So, but at the end of the day, like I want what's best for them, they want what's best for them. So,
There's a question here. Mentors play a big role in your life. Do you try to be a mentor for others?
I mean, yeah, especially for like younger kids, especially I know now, like as obviously I had a great year, so kids look at me more. I kind of to be a good mentor, watch things I do, like just try to speak up to kids. Like there's this kid that we have on. He's basically part of the team. His name's BJ, and he has sickle cell anemia. And he's basically part of Team Impact, which is like a lot of teams do, and it's like they have a kid that's basically um, that's ill in a way. So
Hmm.
me and him are like super close like this, and he's like my little brother basically on the team because he's always at all of our games. I try to go to his games when I can. So I mean, I was raised kind of that way, and I was also raised around a lot of people with like disabilities, things like that. So I've kind of always tried to be like a positive mentor for just people in general.
That's amazing. Do you still see a sports therapist?
Actually, no, I don't. What's crazy is once I figured out like the problem that was wrong with me, um, I kind of just like try to work on it myself because I felt like I didn't need somebody to do that for me. I wanted to get better myself, and then like that's kind of what because I'm a very like independent person, so I was like I want to be able to like control this myself. If I feel myself like say overthinking things like that, I know how to handle it. I can do it myself. But I also needed the help of somebody at first to realize it.
Would you be open to doing it again if you felt like what I was thinking before may not be real anymore? I got to go see somebody.
Yeah, but I feel like I also have the people around me that kind of have experienced different things. Like I feel like my head coach Shaka, he's kind of someone that knows how to. He's kind of like that person in a way. I would say.
It sounds like you really have a great connection with him.
Yeah,
When
like we
uh
can talk about
when
anything.
when you get inducted to the NBA Hall of Fame, is he going to give your speech?
Yeah, that'd be fire.
Yeah,
Fire.
sounds like he's the guy.
Facts.
Well, if anyone else got any questions, just type in the chat.
I have a
This
question
has been.
for you.
Oh, there you go. Coach
Let's
Hibbs. Coach
go, Coach
Hibbs.
Hibbs. Talk to him, Coach Hibbs. Let's go.
Was there ever a time you had a deferring view from your coach, and how did you handle that situation? Did you just say okay, or did you kind of rebuttal and give your view? How
No,
did you handle that?
there's different times. So sometimes I have done that. That was more in the beginning when I first got here, and then like during practice. Practice is the worst time to try to do it because he's all over the place. So like I'll ask him like what? Like he'll make a face like what? And then he's throwing the ball into play and somebody else is playing. So it's kind of like I had to one of my assistants, Cody, he was like my main recruiter. He'd come over to me and ask me, and I'd tell him just to get off my chest, and he'd be like, talk to him after practice. So like we just talk about it after practice, and I'd be like, I saw this and he saw this. He's like, well, that's why we like work together. That's why we watch film. We work together and just have like a connection, so that. And there's times where like in a game where he got mad at me and like he felt like I had an attitude, and I was like, I'm good, like I promise you. But yeah, it's definitely. I feel like our relationship's so good now that like even if we have our little rebuttals, it's in the like it's just we come back to an understanding.
Looking back on the season, where do you think you grew as a player that you're most proud of?
I'd say just the way I'm able to just be constantly just myself, not overthink things too much. I'd say I'm proud of the way I've learned how to respond to adversity. I would say that's the main thing, the way I've been able to respond to adversity.
There's probably a lot of ups and downs. It can get probably a little emotional if you don't know who you are, who you can talk to. Probably is difficult. And it's a long season.
Most definitely. It's definitely a long season. I could imagine the NBA season. That's 82 games. Like, sheesh.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Any other questions from anybody? Coach Booth, I see you there.
What's up, everybody? What's up, Jason? Hey, I'll jump on for a question real quick, man. So I just heard Jason say identity, and I see all these young high school kids on the call, man. How do you make sure you're not just identifying as a basketball player and making sure you know who you are beyond just being a hooper?
Um, that kind of comes from like everything outside the court, how you conduct yourself in the classroom, um, outside of things like that. I'm a very like I always have conversations with people. I'm a very conversational person, so I always reach out to people, um, just making sure that I don't sit here and let like just basketball define me because there's been times where I have like workout and I let it mess up my day. But my coach just tells me like certain things like you can't let that ruin your day. You have another day to play basketball. You can play later too. So just kind of like not letting that be the center of your self esteem, basically.
Love it. Appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir.
Which one builds you up more as a player, a wins or losses?
Losses, losses for sure. I don't look at losses as like um I look at losses as just lessons. It's just like now you can get better and just because if you're not losing and you're winning, you get complacent, I'd say. And for me, I've always been a person that never gets complacent with really anything because that's just the way I was raised. Like my dad always taught me, like never be satisfied. So especially when I lose, then it kind of just gives me more drive than I already have to just get better.
Yeah, look, you're gonna have a target on your back next year, right? You had a great first year, so you
Most
gotta
definitely.
you gotta be in the gym and do everything you can to be because they're coming after you this time.
Most definitely.
All right, we'll ask our last two questions, and then what new or different aspects will we see in NJ's game in the upcoming season?
Um, See a lot more mid range, a lot more floaters. I say just a bigger like leadership role too. Um, you see it, you'll be able to see it on the court, just how I serve myself, how me and my teammates communicate, um, and just the growth as a player, both sides of the court, offensively, defensively, and just the maturity and poise I'll have.
How do you handle pressure late in games?
See, because there's definitely times where I haven't handled it well, a few games. So, um, I would just say, in the end of the game, it's more of not looking at it like it's pressure. It's still the game. It's just obviously there's higher stakes and it's win or lose at this point. But it's just like so, like when I had them 3 free throws against Providence and to tie it up to go to overtime, like as much as I want to sit here and think about it as like, damn, this is like sit there at the free throw line and be like, people are gonna say this about me if I don't make it. At the end of the day, I just gotta walk up to the free throw line and shoot it like I shot the 5 other free throws before in the game because it's no different. It's no different. It's just it really is no different at the end of the day. It's just the same shot you work on, the same reps, same routine. It's just obviously there's higher stakes, but you can't think about it that way. You just got to focus on the moment, focus on first shot, second shot, or whatever situation you're in.
Question.
Since
There are
my
certain things I know you, because yeah, it's your father. It's your father. All right. There are certain things I know you well, and I think this will help a lot of kids who are athletes who, like Noah just asked about, in those pressure moments, how do you handle it? But I know there's certain things that you used to do to keep yourself calm. Like I used to see you games that I couldn't make this year. I see you like you go to the bench and you're blowing on your thumb. Explain those little things you do to calm you down, and this could probably help some kids in those pressure moments.
I learned that literally from I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was social media or I think it might have been a TED talk. And you have nerve endings in your finger, and then you blow on it. It's kind of cold air. You just blow. It calms your nervous system down, and it kind of just helps you just get to the like a relaxed state. And we also do a lot of like focus exercise and breathing as a team. So like sometimes if I needed to like get more energy, we'd power breathe. So it's like you just inhale, exhale fast as you can, loud. And then there's other times where like say it's the end of the game, I would either breathe on my thumb or I would just do box breathing, which is like 4 seconds in, 4 second hold, 4 second out, 4 second hold. So things like that I would do just to kind of gather myself together, because even though I know it's a lot of pressure, that's how you just release the pressure and feel like there's no pressure. Good question, Dad.
No more questions?
No more questions?
I think we're good.
All right, close her up there, Noah.
Thank you for coming, NJ, and talking to us. We appreciate it.
Appreciate you for having me, man. It's an honor to speak to all these people. I mean, all human, we all got different experiences, so I love hearing or being able to talk about my perspective of things. So
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate
Everybody have a
you.
good
Yeah,
one.
thank you everyone for coming.
Bye-bye.
Okay, Shorty.
Thank you.
The GOAT.
Bye, NJ.
Hey, love you, bro.
Love you too, man.
Yeah.
Bye, NJ.